Everyone, and welcome to Wednesday live stroll with myself and Azra. Well done first of all to everyone. We have made it again to hump day of the week. Not quite hump. The hump of the week, is it really? Midday or around there is normally hump day, isn't it? Or hump point of the day. But anyway, we'll say well done. It is Wednesday, so we're there. And we are out and about doing our normal walk. Again, I'll say it again, I know it probably sounds boring, but I just cannot believe how dark it is in the mornings now. It is darker than the phone is making out, to be honest with you. That much I will say. Come on. Thank goodness for clever cameras and lights. I've got the street lights as well. But yeah, so I guess normal administration. What's everyone up to today? And where is everybody watching from? What time is it wherever you're watching from? Got a few things to go through today, but nothing horrendous, no moans. Come on, every time we see a car. So, yesterday was pretty much back to normal at work, whereas the day before it was a very quiet day. Yesterday was sort of back to seeing people, and it was sort of nice of getting back into the routine. As I've said before, I enjoy speaking to people, so my job is perfect for me from that point of view. But I know some people will say, oh, you know, when you go back to work after a holiday, it's horrible. It wasn't like that at all, actually. It's the first time I sort of had any sustained amount of time off from my new job, and it was nice. So that's all good. I won a whole £3 on the Euro Millions last night. I woke up this morning and I had an email saying you've won a prize, and I think, oh, I'm sure it's not the big one, otherwise I'm sure I'd have got a better email than that. But I still got a bit excited. And the whole £3, so I shan't be spending that all at once. And after making yet another phone call, Azra, come on the pavement, come on. After making yet another phone call to the Walt Disney Company, who again told me, oh, just look out for an email. I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to go on the Facebook sites, see if anyone else can sort of shed any light on this business with when you should expect to have an email reference to Eurostar tickets. And no one could give a definitive answer on it, really. But what I did do is I went back onto my invoice from Disney, and I saw there was a Eurostar reference, and I thought, okay, we'll have a look. So I went on to the Eurostar site. Come on, Ezra. And put that reference in and surname, and bish bash bosh, it brings up all your tickets. You have to put in a load of details, passport numbers, all that sort of stuff. Go on, Ezra. Go on. Which I did do. And then printed the tickets off. But why can they not make it more easier, you know, for people? Just say to them, when you get the original invoice, check back periodically on the Eurostar site. And this is the number to use. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Anyway, got the tickets now, all printed out, and also on the phone as well, so that's all good. Come on, Azra. So now you do have to wait. I think someone said literally about a week before the tickets for Disney come. I am going to look as a little surprise to book the reserved area for the fireworks one of the nights, maybe even the first night. I don't know. See how we feel, but I'll do it as a little surprise. I won't tell them I'm doing it. The plan is when we go, because we're getting the 7:05 out of St Pancras, so we get to Euro Disney around lunchtime on the Friday, and I've already said to them we've also paid for the express bags, so that will mean that when we get to the station, the express bag drop that is, sorry, when we get to the station, we can literally drop the bags off at the station. They take it to the hotel, so we can go straight into the parks. Now, I'm thinking, and I said this to Julia, that we should go into Hollywood Studios on the Friday, whilst some people may still be at school and stuff like that, because that's where the bigger rides are, and it may be quieter on the Friday than it would be on the Saturday or the Sunday. So I think that's what we're going to do. It doesn't shut till, I think, 10 o'clock. So we've got a good amount of time to try and get some of the big rides done. And then we can sort of please ourselves. We've got meals booked on the on the Friday and the Saturday. Although in the wrong order really, we've got a meal in Magic Kingdom booked on the Friday and Hollywood Studios on the Saturday. So I may look at changing that. But the reason I've done the meal for the Friday is because of the fireworks. The plan was to watch the fireworks on the Friday. So I think we may stick with that, and I'll just I'll do the special reserved standing thing for the Friday night as well, because then we can have the meal and then we can make our way there without any stress. I think that was the thing I was most worried about. Because people say it does get quite busy the later you leave it, and I just thought, I don't need that. After a day of travelling, you just don't need it, do you really? So, hi to Ryan. Dog's name is Azra. She is a cross between a Labrador and a Beagle, so she's probably one of the most friendliest dogs you'll ever see, apart from when you see another dog and she gets overzealous, comes across as quite aggressive, but she just wants to play half the time. That's what she does all the time. She's not got a bad bone in her body. And then, going back to the Euro Disney thing, so that sort of takes us through Friday, and then on the Saturday you can get to Magic Kingdom sort of early with the happy hour, which I think is 8 o'clock. I don't know, but that's what I've heard, and I will confirm that with the hotel. And we'll have a full day in there. See how we go. And if we've done everything we want to do in there, then we can go back to Hollywood Studios, or whatever. I intend to sort of do a bit of walking around the village as well, as going to be doing the old vlogs, and also I want to get a little bit of Disney merchandise when we're there. It's just a bird, Azra. And then this is sort of a bit of an appetizer for when we go to Disney and Universal. But that's not for a couple of years. Well, just under 2 years now. Where does that go? We booked it just before we went on the cruise because the tickets got released, and we booked the flights and the hotel. That's all booked. We haven't done the you can't book the tickets yet, or a hire car's too far out. Oh, look at this Gollum. Look at her. Look, Azra, come on. Everyone's looking at you. Nuts. This is all because she can smell rabbit. We'll say rabbit scent, but I think I don't need to elaborate. Do make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. The channel has been accelerating recently with the amount of subscriptions we've been getting and views, which has been great. Obviously been partially helped by these strolls and partially helped by obviously the amazing cruise we've just come back from. So if you haven't been watching prior to today, we've just come back from Azra's just going to the loo. Just give me a second and I'll be straight back with you guys. You're looking up at the sky for a minute. Wait. Good job. If you want to go and look on the camera, people are watching you, yeah. Okay. Right. Sorry about that. So yeah, as I was saying, partially being helped by these strolls, partially being helped by the cruise that we've just come back from. When I say the amazing cruise we've come back, it was a nice cruise. It was a 14-day cruise around the Med on P&O's Britannia. The vlogs are coming out each day, so if you are interested, subscribe to the channel and just have a look at the recent videos. There are loads of lives as well that I did whilst we were on board as well. And I think sometimes they get missed, but they sometimes were more ad lib and better than the vlogs, because obviously now you're tangled up. Right, lift your legs, lift your legs. That's it. No, that's right, lift your leg. Come on. You're still tangled up. Wait 1 minute. Sorry, I didn't see your paw there. Sorry about that, guys. Untangling her. I trod on her paw. She weren't happy about that. I think she's forgiven me. Have you forgiven me? Yeah, come on in. You're still tangled up, aren't you? Right, we are now on the move again. Goodness gracious me. Yeah, I think some of the lives are sometimes lost on there as well. And I think they do sort of come out so people can look at them, because I've sort of seen a couple come out, and Julie's said to me as well about it. So they do come out for people to have a look at, but as I say, do watch some of the lives. I've combined some of them with the vlogs as well. So yeah, you can sort of see sort of a mix on the vlogs anyway. But yeah, it was a 14-day cruise to the Mediterranean. Come on, miss. Come on, miss. And it was yeah, it was lovely. We did Cadiz, we did Mallorca, we did Sardinia, Ibiza, Cartagena and Gibraltar. Two favourite places got to be Sardinia and Gibraltar. Sardinia, the architecture was amazing. You know, very, as you would describe, an old Mediterranean sort of place, very much left very natural, and I think that's probably how they've wanted it. Yeah, there are a few sort of new buildings here and there if you sort of looked for them, but you did have to look for them. And the only reason we saw them is because we had such an amazing vantage point from the amount of sort of hills we were walking up. Yeah, we were very, very lucky. You know, that particular day, Mum did suggest she wanted to come with us. And I just said to her, Mum, it is far too hilly here. You know, you are struggling with your walking. She knows that. She hadn't been out in Cadiz or Mallorca. And I just said, you're welcome to come out, no problem. But when she sees the video, she will agree that it was absolutely the right thing that she didn't come out. Some of these hills in Sardinia were vertical, and you're leaning into the hill or leaning away, depending on whether you're going up or down, because they are so steep. And it was a beautiful, beautiful place, but by goodness, those hills were something I will not forget in a hurry. And Gibraltar, being an English territory overseas, again, agriculture, architecture was lovely, and of course going to the top of the rock, you know, you saw the monkeys and you went into St John's Cave and saw the light show and all that sort of stuff. And it's just such a quirky place, and we've already said that we would like to go back there. You couldn't spend, I think a long weekend is probably the maximum there. Personally, I think that's probably as much as you would want to do. Tops a week, but even then I think you'd be sort of struggling a bit for stuff to do. So yeah, if you are lucky enough or interested in those two places, let's say the vlog for Sardinia I think is coming out tomorrow, and today is Wednesday, so Thursday. The Gibraltar one unfortunately won't be coming out till next week because I'm sort of staggering the videos coming out. But yeah, definitely Sardinia is tomorrow, and that is the longest of the vlogs. It's about 1 hour and 10 minutes, and honestly guys, if you get a chance and you're interested, watch it, because it's an amazing place. And I think every time we're talking, it's just the absolute astonishment, you know, of the place and the hills and these bloody stinging nettles. Well, I've got through there without getting stung. Well, no, I've got a little sting on my hand. Come on, Azra, keep going, good girl. Thanks for the like, by the way. You know, you just hear me sort of, at times, sort of gasping, you know, because the place was just so, you know, surreal. So as I say, do watch the vlog, because I can tell you all about it, but you're hearing it sort of live with us when we're doing the vlogs. Obviously it's not live because clearly it was recorded, but it was live when we were doing it. And you know me guys, there is no filter, So as it happens is when it happens. So yeah, definitely something to enjoy there. So it's a very, very cloudy morning this morning. Now, I haven't really spoken about it, and the reason I say that is because I love my sunrises and sunsets. I think it helps the day get going. But this morning it is very grey and overcast, and I think that's probably why it's that bit darker as well this morning. Thanks for the like, I do appreciate it. Do make sure we are liking and subscribing, it does help the channel massively. But yeah, usually when we're here we can see the sun rising just sort of over, you know, when we come out into the clearing at the other end of here, sort of over the allotments and what have you, you can see it, it's beautiful. If anyone is interested, I did some amazing sunrises, some sunsets, and even some full moons when we were on the cruise ship, and you can't get better than when you're at sea. So if you're interested, check those out. I think they are definitely sort of on there. Some of they might be the lives, I can't remember actually. Some might be, some might not be, I can't remember. Anyway, feel free to watch and have a look for them if you want. Yeah, I think we actually saw a blood red moon as well when we were. That's, you know, I don't think I know, and it was pretty sort of spectacular because we were on the balcony, all of us. Well, James was out with his friends, and all of a sudden I sort of looked to my left, and I just saw this red moon sort of looming from the horizon, and it was so spectacular to see it. And of course, it's even more pronounced when it's at sea, when it's pitch black all around you. You know, it's quite incredible, quite incredible. So guys, we're going to give it another 5 minutes or so, just till we get past the allotments and Azra's horsey friends. And I think we'll then call it a day. Come on, Azra, let's go. That's what we usually do now, unless we've got loads and loads of people on, and I'm answering loads of questions. We sort of wrap it up after about half an hour, or around half an hour. And as I say, the atmospherics this morning aren't really helping, because I love talking about the sunrise, and it is usually beautiful when we get to the other end here, but no such luck today. So if anyone's interested, put down where you're watching from, what the time is there. Are most people watching in the UK, or people watching from around the world? You know, whilst I was doing the vlogs, well, even since I've been back in the UK, you know, there've been people watching from all corners of the earth, these dog walks, which is absolutely fascinating for me. But the cruise, I was speaking to loads of people from America, Asia, Australia. You know, it's quite diverse, and it was very interesting. And as I say at the beginning, maybe before some of you came on, I don't know, my job is speaking to people, and I really enjoy speaking to people and socialising. I'm not a busybody, but I enjoy speaking to people. So yeah, it's quite nice when there's the interaction on the channel and I can speak to people. I think is it Monday? I think Monday was a really, really good day. I had so many sensible questions. Yeah, you're going to get stupid questions all the time, of course you are, and you just don't even bother even giving them the time of day. But you had so many nice questions. It was nice. Where are you? Good girl. It does make these lives a little bit more interesting, rather than me always talking about everything and nothing, which is what I sort of say these are really. You know, I just talk about my life, and anything else that I sort of think about has happened as well, sort of the previous day. Coming up to the allotments here on the left hand side. Many of you will know, because I've spoken about it many times before, that I am a Liverpool supporter. Don't switch off. And of course it's all come out last night about this ever-growing transfer saga with Alexander Isak, and what he's come out and said. And do you know what? Of course I wouldn't mind if he was in a Liverpool shirt. Of course I think he'll do well for Liverpool, but you do question people's temperament when they carry on like they have. And I know sometimes the clubs don't always think about this sort of stuff. Well, I think they do, but I mean, this is the extreme, to be honest with you, and the way he's sort of carried on. And he's sort of come out and said, you know, promises were broken and stuff like that. Well, I don't think we'll ever find out what those promises were. And I personally am beginning to think this transfer, unless something dramatic happens, I just don't think it's going to happen. It's the same as this Mark Gahey one. I just think that one looks like it's going to rumble on, and Liverpool do not traditionally do transfer deadline day business. They have done it before, many years ago. I remember with Suarez and God, who was the other one that they brought in under that same? Was it Peter Crouch? I'm not sure it was Peter Crouch. I can't remember. There were two. They sold Torres, and there's Azra's horsey friends over the back there. They sold Torres, and they had to bring in two people quickly. Oh no, I think it was Andy Carroll. That's it, Andy Carroll and Luis Suarez. That's right. And yeah, I can't ever remember them doing sort of anything more crazy than that, and that was many years ago. But hey ho. Right guys, I think we're going to wrap it up. We've not had massive numbers this morning, so it's been good to speak to the ones that have been on. I say, do like and subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button. Azra, we're going to go. And we'll see you again tomorrow.